Hello, this is a video about where sci-fi meets science, and we've been talking on the subject of possible life from other planets visiting Earth. In some other videos, I talked about how the technology would have to be so extremely far advanced of anything that we know of here on Earth in order to visit even another close star system, let alone something far away. And likewise, for any being coming from any other star system, their technology would have to be ridiculously advanced. Okay, let's say that is something that could possibly happen. Let's just play the advocate there and say maybe that could happen. If that's the case, number one, why would they care about life on Earth? We would be kind of like, no disrespect intended to the ant, but it would be kind of like the human versus the ant. You know, if they wanted to just do a study, they would have maybe come here once, seen what we were, and moved along and not cared. Number two, or they would have seen us as food and landed and eaten us. Or number three, they would have seen us as vermin that needed to be disposed of and came down and destroyed us all. Number four, if they're so extremely advanced as they would have to be to get here from another star system, why are they hiding from us? They wouldn't care if they knew we were there or not, and they wouldn't have to be clandestinely working through governments to cover it up, or clandestinely picking people up and doing experiments on them and then putting them back down and hiding when they do it, and making sure that everybody thought anyone talking about having been abducted were insane. Um, they would have just landed, did what they were going to do in front of all of us. It wouldn't matter about what the United States, NATO, Russia, China, everybody combined wanted to do. We would not have been able to have done anything to stop them. They would have just landed and taken over, did what they wanted to do. Then I come to the main point of this video, which I posted on the title. In order to be able to come even from the nearest star system, let alone, which would be the Alpha Centauri, Proxima Centauri, that's the Centauri star system, let alone to be coming from Zeta Reticuli, where some of the supposed aliens claim they're from. Now, I'm not saying in any of this, I'm not saying that there's no real abduction experiences or anything like that. I'll get to that maybe in other videos. I'm just saying, if these beings are from another star system or from the Pleiades, or, somewhere like that, they would have to have such ridiculously advanced craft. Why is it that they can fly all the way here from all these far, far light years far away star systems, yet continually crash on what would be measly peasly Earth, and have to have humans come down and either try to rescue them or capture them or do autopsies on them or whatever the case is? Doesn't that seem a bit absurd? If they could get here from another star system, they would be so far advanced that landing or flying through our atmosphere would be zero problem. The chance of having one crash over thousands of years of coming here would be ridiculously small. But to have multiple crashes, 2 or 3 crashes in Roswell, some in England, Great Britain, some in Russia, some in China, some, various places in the United States and Canada. Crash, 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 crash. Give me a break. That cannot be alien craft doing that. Now, of course, people that are really into that say that we reversed alien craft. Again, we don't have evidence uh, of that. Those would be, however, if that's the case, we have witnesses that. I'll say that we don't have direct witness evidence that we have reversed alien technology, but reverse engineered, excuse me, but we have some witnesses. Now, if that was the case, it would seem that they would be crashing to give us their technology. But if that's the case, why would they be sacrificing their lives to come down to measly peasly Earth? I'm not saying it is measly peasly, but in their eyes, it would be next to nothingness, and to deliver high tech stuff to beings like humans that would be like tiny ants to them. They could care less about, but yet they can't control their spacecraft, and they keep crashing them here, which is ridiculous. Or, and I'm not making fun of any would-be aliens. I'm making light of the situation. I mean, I don't think that these can be aliens crashing their craft, unless they're trying to deliver us crafts. In which case, again, isn't that odd? If they're so advanced that they'd have to crash their craft and kill some of their own kind in order to make us just like find the craft, and hopefully not have destroyed the craft so that we could reverse engineer it. Wouldn't they have just landed, told us who they were, handed us the spacecraft with diagrams or on computer or whatnot of the technology? I mean, honestly, there's something here more than meets the eye. Let's put it that way. They would be super high tech. It wouldn't be crashing around by accident, and I can't really understand why they would be crashing uh, on purpose instead of just giving this technology if they really want us to have it. And again, why would they care if we had it? If you're just talking about aliens coming from another star system, now there's all kinds of theories that people put out there, and all kinds of spiritual explanations and things like that we're not dealing with here. I'm just looking scientifically at this aspect. I may get into some of the other stuff on my Rumble channel, but here we're dealing with just straight up what we can see, and that type of thing. So in actuality, what we have data for, and what would make sense is the other part of it, I guess I should say. So no, it wouldn't make sense for aliens to be so high tech that they could get here and fly back and forth between Zeta Reticuli or the Pleiades or even Proxima Centauri and Earth, and still can't keep their spacecraft under control, or they're so scared of measly peasly little humans that they can't just talk to us and confront us or take over. And why would they want us to have their technology? And if they did, couldn't they deliver it to us instead of having to accidentally crash it or on purpose crash it? That's all I'll say for this video. This is Mr. Cox's Science and Animal videos, and I'm doing this series on where sci-fi meets science.